Hello and welcome to my second part of this Notepad program. Sorry it took so long to record this, but I had some things going on, so sorry about that. So let's get started. We left off at the form closing event, which is whether or not the user wants to save a file after he or she clicks on the close. Okay, so now what you want to do is create an if-else statement or a case statement. I'm going to do this one with an if-else. If saved is equal to true, then we want to close the program. To close the program, you can press N. Otherwise, we want only an else. Why does it keep happening? Else, then in that case, what would happen is you get a message box. So we want dim result as dialog result, and this is going to be equal to, let's create a message box dot show. Now first off, this needs to be message box, not message. Message box dot show. This is going to be the prompt. Write in, would you like to save? And then for title, let's put in saving. Then for another comma, let's put in a two buttons. So we want message box buttons dot. Then we want yes and no and cancel. Next step is to put in a icon. This is not mandatory, but you can. I'm going to put it in a question. And once you're done with that, go down and let's create another if statement inside the if statement. So we're going to do if result is equal to, and this is where the first one is okay or yes. If the user says yes, then what we're going to do is basically we're going to do the saving stuff. So we're going to just call on this right here. So go ahead and copy that. Let's do call, and then that. Now for sender, we want the type in sender, and for E, put in E. And then there you go. Now, otherwise, if the result is equal to no, then we can end it right there. So else if, then end. Otherwise, if the person pressed cancel, then nothing happens. So let's go ahead and test this out. Here we are. Let's type in some random stuff. So obviously this has changed. Now click the exit button. Would you like to save? I'm going to press cancel. That closed the program. In that case, what we need to do is we need to do e dot cancel. Now E is basically the form closing event arguments. So what that means is when the form's closing, you can do things about the form closing. So what we're going to do is e dot cancel. So we're going to cancel this thing. So now, would you like to save? If we click cancel, it will stop the form from closing. If we click save, no, then it will close. Okay, now we need to start out the saved as true, since if you don't change it at all, then nothing's going to happen. So now it's working fine. Another thing we need to do is we need to remember where the location is if you open a file. Because let's say you saved it or something, then it's kind of strange if you always have to do save as. So let's create another button called inside our file menu called save as. Save as means saving it in a custom location other than the one you saved it originally. Double click on save as. This is going to be the exact same as our original save code. So put that in. However, the thing that's going to change is our save code itself. What we want to do is get rid of all our code inside save. Now, our first step is to create a variable that saves the location. Dim location as string is equal to, and then we're going to put in the location of the file. And if it's nothing, then that means you need to save it. So let's get if location is equal to nothing, then what's going to happen is we can't use location. Let's use local or file lock. So let's use file lock. Capitalize the L there. Now we're going to change location to file lock. If file lock is equal to blank, then let's put in a comment. The file has not been saved. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we're going to normally save it. So we're going to just do my.computer.filesystem.write all text. There inside we're going to put in the file, which is file lock, and then the text, which is textbox1.text. Then finally append is going to be false. And there you go. The next thing we need to do is this. We need to change this, where if the file has not been saved yet, we need to call on save as. So call and save as menu strip underscore click. Then in here we're going to put in sender and then E. Okay. So now what's going to happen is if the file has not been saved yet, it's going to call on save as. Otherwise, it's going to actually write all the text into the file. Let's go down to our save as. When the file has been saved, we need to put in the data into the file location. What we want to do is do file lock is equal to, and then the location we got, so equal to lock. Okay, so that's it for these buttons. Now let's create a new button. Let's put in new. All the way at the top, let's put it in. Double click on it. Now what we want to do is, first step, we want to find out whether or not the file has been saved. So I want to do if saved is equal to true, false actually, then we want the message box to show. Let's actually copy the message box from here. Okay. Dim, and then let's copy the entire thing, put it into here. Now this time what we want is, instead of doing end, if it says no, then what we want to do is create textbox1.text is equal to nothing, then file location is equal to nothing. Now instead of e.cancel, if it's equal to cancel, then we just leave it alone. Now let's go ahead and play this. Let's say we typed in something. Now click File, then New. You can see you have this. Click Yes, then you get Save File dialog. Click New, No. Okay. One more thing we need to do is we need to copy this into the top here. Actually, hold on. This, press copy, and then enter. Here we are. Because if you were to save it, then it's going to be in there. So let's put in testing, just do file, new. I do want to save this. Let's do it test3. Click save, and now it's all cleared. When you clear your file, you can also make saved equal to true, or yes, true. And here as well, saved is equal to true. And that works too. Now let's go create another one here and call it format. Let's type in font. Now double click this. Now in here, we're going to put in code. But before that, let's create a font dialog. So go to your toolbox and do font dialog, and here we are. There's your font dialog. find its properties in the properties, but we're not going to need to change anything. Default is right here. Go to your form 1. Now, if someone were to click on this, then the first thing that's going to happen is the font dialog is going to come out. So let's do dim result as dialog result is equal to font dialog 1 dot show dialog. Now let's go ahead and press enter twice and do if result is equal to OK. Then what we want to do is we're going to transfer the font result. So textbox1.font is equal to font dialog1.show font. Now let's test this program out. Testing. Select font. Now let's make it big. There you go, it's getting bigger. Let's make this really big so you can see it. And there you are, you just created a font dialog for it. Alright, so I'm going to stop the video here. In my next part, we're going to be finishing up this Notepad program and also cleaning up a lot of its interface. And as always, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe. See you next time.